Good afternoon to all. Today we have gathered for yet another interesting tech talk of Exneco. And we have with us Mr. Prabhat Kumar, who is the founder and COO of GreenGo, a company that deals with renewable energy consultancy. Our topic for the day is the importance of ESG advisory in shaping sustainable future or at the organizational level. We will be talking about ESG in today's knowledge series. Clients come to Mr. Prabhat for his rich experience in energy sector. He has been working in the area of renewable energy for more than a decade now and is a master in this area. He is presently the Chief Commercial Officer of GreenGo. We at Exneco are proud to have him for our tech talk. Exneco stands for Exploration, Networking, and Collaboration, and we are trying to build a platform for sustainable enterprises for the common good. Myself, Shrestha, and I'm the host of the day. And my first question to you, Mr. Kumar, is enlighten us about GreenGo and what motivated you in starting this company. What are the key objectives of the company?
Yeah, sure. First is I would like to thank you for the opportunity. And I'll just tell you about us, what we do, and how it started and all. GreenGo is primarily a renewable energy advisory company and a marketplace. So slowly, we are becoming an IPP also, independent power producer. We have started section of business as well. So our prime job as of now is to advise our consumers, our clients in their energy transition. We have been in this sector for almost 7-8 years as a group.
Wow.
But on the name of GreenGo, we have started very recently. And we are proudly able to say today that we have already served more than 15 sectors in India in 18 states. And as of now, we are dealing with almost 74 clients, good clients, corporate clients and all across country. So
That's
we already have our presence in almost 18 states with 4 regional offices in all the regions. Now coming to what motivated us to start the GreenGo. So having been always working with a developer side and IPP side, we always notice that or observe that a developer or an IPP always pitches for what is best for them, not what is better for the consumer. That is one reason. Second reason is it was always inside. We want to do something for the environment and for the future generation. Okay. And what we felt is when we started the company, we saw that and noticed that there are many CNI consumers who are willing to buy, green power, who wants to switch to renewable and all, but they lack the knowledge, the experience and all. So there, our focus again got some push, because of those reasons. So far as objectives are concerned, we are here for the consumers to make their experience of energy transition smoother. So that is the primary objective and all. Yeah, so that's it.
That's wonderful. So you're helping your clients to go for the transition into like renewable energy. That's really wonderful. So my second question to you is, can you provide examples of successful renewable energy projects you have facilitated for commercial or industrial clients? And what were the measurable outcomes in terms of cost saving and sustainability?
Yeah, sure. So as I said now, we already have 74 clients who are already working with us. And we have facilitated almost 1200 megawatt plus open access capacity which is a sizable and decent capacity. Okay, so so in total, if I talk about once the entire projects are commissioned, whatever we have facilitated, it will be generating around 300 crore of units per annum, which will be, in terms of savings, I talk about, in terms of cost reduction, if I talk about, uh, my consumers will be able to save at least 750 crore plus, from this. And the carbon emission we are going to offset because of renewable, that is much more than 3 crore trees and all can do. Yeah, so that is, if I talk specific about couple of transactions, I'll touch base one to large transaction, one to small transaction. So before going to that, I just want to say that we help all sort of companies, be it MSME or large scale companies and all. Okay, so if I talk about some couple of large transactions, what we have facilitated almost 120 megawatt of hybrid project for single American MNC company. They are into IT. Okay, they'll be like getting power around maybe around 25, 26 crore units per annum,
Wow.
which will give them a savings around 60 crores per annum. Yeah. Apart from that, we have also facilitated a couple of semi-government transactions like in Karnataka, we have facilitated one Karnataka government, partial entity, or maybe you can say it a JV, a 100 megawatt of project. If I talk about ISTS, we have facilitated multiple transactions for metal, steel, cement companies and all. Okay. So far as our shortest or smallest consumer, if I talk about, we have facilitated a transaction of 2 megawatt also. That is a very small transaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, because for us, each consumer is important. We feel that for each consumer, the impact we are bringing is much more than the capacity. Yeah.
This is
So
wonderful.
yeah, yeah. So, so we have, we can proudly say that we have facilitated all sort of transactions, be it interstate, intrastate, rooftop, ISTS, small transactions, also large transactions as well, transactions under short term, medium term, long term, captive or third party. So all sort of transactions we have already facilitated in such a short span time, of time, of like 2 years now. Yes.
That's wonderful. So you have, in fact, an array of clients, and you have also done it for Indian companies as well as companies out of India. That's really wonderful to know. Again, now my third question to you is how switching to renewable energy contributes to overall ESG strategy of commercial and industrial consumers.
Yeah. So see, ESG is a very broader concept. I'll talk primarily with respect to how renewable is integrated in this. So any company which is operating, they have certain responsibility, they have certain obligations, and there are certain governance that they have to fulfill. So they have certain responsibility towards environment, towards society they operate in, and there are a couple of governance, governance things that they have to follow. So what happens when the consumer switches to renewable? There are multiple, environmental impact it brings along with it, like carbon footprint reduction, then resource, conservation. So far as social impacts are concerned, because once the consumer switches to renewable, the plant will be set up there. So overall, the employment will be generated. The pollution, which will be, which is there because of thermal and all that will reduce. So overall, it is going to benefit the community only as a whole. So far as governance things are concerned, because there are a lot of regulatory compliances that a consumer has to fulfill. But so far as regulatory compliances with respect to environment is concerned, because of switching to renewable, the consumers are able to enhance the their ESG strategy accordingly. Yeah.
Wonderful. So it gets integrated when they go for ESG. Your renewable work also gets integrated along with it. So
Correct.
now, yeah. So now, my question, next question is, what are the key benefits for an organization that successfully integrates ESG principles into its operation? How does it impact its supply chain?
Yeah, so see, there are multiple benefits when you are integrating ESG principles into your operation. If I talk primarily with respect to renewable, so first is the reduction on your energy cost. So on an average, irrespective of where the plant is, where the consumer is, they can save around 30% to 50% on their energy cost. So that is the major benefit. Apart from that, when they integrate ESG principles, there are a lot of governance issues and all that can be minimized. So risk can be mitigated with respect to governance. Also, when a company is having strong ESG principles now, then the brand image of the company is very positive. The reputation of the company is very good. Now, coming to how does it help in the supply chain and all? So, what is happening when you have ESG principles in place? The procurement can be ethical and sustainable. Apart from that, what happens that whenever, like, if you have ESG in place, the supplier, ultimately the supplier, you can have a good, uh, I would not say control, but a good watch on what sort of governance they are following and all. So ultimately it is going to add a value only. So you might be knowing there are steel companies in the country, there are steel companies in the country who are producing grain steel and all. It is nothing but a normal steel, but it is being used you know, it is being manufactured or produced using the green energy. And the same is being supplied to the companies who are having strong ESG, who have a dedication, who are aligned, and who wants to do something, who wants to ensure sustainability at each stage, even at the supplier end, and they're getting the better value and all there.
Very
So it's a value added collaboration. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So when a company goes for ESG and follows the ESG, in that case, it not only benefits the company, it also benefits the people who are associated with the company, who are actually supplying to
Yes.
the company as well. So,
Yes.
once an organization has applied ESG, after that, how can organizations measure the success and impact of their ESG initiatives, and what role do ESG advisors play in this process?
Yeah. So, sorry. So there are multiple ways actually to measure it, and but primarily there are a couple of key performance indicators that help the company to measure. So if I talk about the important performance indicators, that will be environmental KPIs like carbon footprint, how much carbon emission you are doing through the production and all whatever you're doing. Second is the energy consumption. What is the sort of energy you are able to you are consuming? What is the source of that energy? Whether that energy is coming from renewable, not renewable. Is there any scope for the energy conservation or not? Okay. Then there is water usage. Then there is waste generation and all. So that all, if you can measure the the your environmental impact using that. And there comes annual report and all, where you prepare or you compile all the data of full year, where you can compile what all all the parameters that you have measured throughout the year and all. There are other ways like benchmarking, and rating through couple of agencies and all are there, like MSCI, CDP are the agency who does the ESG rating for the organization. So these are the ways to measure. So far as the role of advisors are concerned, so we as a GreenGo, or even there are many actually. So what we do, we help our consumer in goal setting. first. So goal setting is a goal which is smart. I mean, specific, measurable, then achievable, again relevant, and it should be time bound. So we help our consumer understanding their internal targets and all, and we help them in setting the goals and all. Then second comes is data collection and analysis. We do study all the data, whatever they record, or whatever the parameters we need to record to comply with this ESG. Then third comes is reporting and disclosure. So we help our consumers in reporting and disclosure. Fourth will be the risk management and compliances. We as an expert, we help our clients to mitigate all sort of risk which is linked with the compliances and all. And fifth is will be like continuous improvement. What happens? We feel that ESG or energy transition is not a one time or a one shot process, one shot a thing. It is a process. There is always a scope of improvement. So that is what we help our consumer with. We help them with the continuous improvement of the ESG. Yeah.
So your advisory is kind of an continuous process in which once ESG is implemented, it's constantly monitored and it's improved year on year, and it's a continuous process. If
It is,
I'm not.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now my next question to you is, what are the long-term financial and reputational benefits for organization that prioritizes ESG principles?
Yeah. So far as financial benefits are concerned, there are actually many, but I'll try to capture some three, four, which are very important here to capture. So first is the cost savings. We covered earlier also. The clients will be able to save the cost. They'll be able to save the, resources. They'll be able to optimize the resources. Second will be the market differentiation. So see, everyone is producing something, and in each the field there is a competition and all. So a company having strong ESG and all, they can differentiate themselves from the other, competition, which leads to a premium pricing for them. Ultimately, it helps them to charge premium to the end user. Third will be because there will be regulatory compliances having companies having strong ESG, they'll be able to reduce all sort of risk, with respect to penalty and all, which might be applied in case there
Yes.
is no governance and all in the company. Fourth will be there are many funds actually in India, even outside India also, where they primarily invest in the companies which is having strong ESG in place. So
Okay.
that so in terms of financial benefits, these are the things that companies get benefits. So far as reputational benefits are concerned, uh, we feel that brand reputation and brand awareness is something that is maximum, the output of having strong ESG, I would say. The public image for the brand will be always better if the company is having very strong ESG. Yeah, so those will be mainly the reputational benefits. And what happens if you have a good brand, if you have a good governance in the company, if you are doing what you are supposed to do for the society, then it ultimately helps you to future secure your business.
Yes. Very
Yeah.
true. So now for talking about the renewable energy, if it's like what are the short-term and long-term cost benefits in using renewable energy? And what is GreenGo's advice to medium and small enterprises?
Yeah. So, so the main benefit is always cost, the savings in the energy cost. We have dealt with many MNCs, many big corporates and all. But what we have noticed in most of the cases, sustainability and savings should go hand on hand. So the immediate savings is the short-term cost benefit, I would say. Apart from that, there are a lot of incentives and rebates are available today. So companies can claim that. Third will be, in all the, I mean, across all the distribution companies, the tariff of the energy changes every year, right? So
Yes.
when a company is going for renewable and all, then they are able to at least, stable their prices. They don't have to worry about the prices
Rising
that Discom
prices.
is
Yes.
changing on a year-on-year basis. So
Yes.
far as long-term benefits are concerned, if a company, see, there are two ways a company can go for open access, go for power purchase. Primarily two mode, I would say. One is third-party mode. Second one is captive mode. For third-party mode is the one where you don't have to invest anything. But the problem is because of high open access charges, because of high cross subsidy, additional surcharges, and a lot of other charges, the third-party transactions are hardly viable. So you're left with only captive transactions. So in captive also there are two ways. A company can infuse a part of equity, which is 26% of the total equity of the project, or they can go for own capex. So where they infuse the 100% equity. So what happens? But when you're doing it long term, what you see that you have a very good return on investment. So typically, what we have seen is the payback period of your investment is not more than 1 year or 1.5 year kind of. Second will be you will be having independence from the energy. You don't have to worry about what is the market, where is the market, where are your competitors and all, what are their source and all. You can at least have energy independence. You don't have to rely on the discom and all. Third will be obviously this what happens, whatever money you save, it is not only having direct impact on the profitability of the company, it also gives them the edge, in the competition. What we have seen is the many companies or most of the companies, power is a major cost of,
Yes.
production for them. So whatever you save on the power, it is ultimately going to reduce your cost of production. And once you have lesser cost of production, you can beat your competition. So it is having a direct impact on the profitability. Yes.
That's wonderful.
So far as yeah, so far as this what is our suggestion and all, uh, what we suggest our consumer is always to start small and scale up with the time. Just don't get don't go for 100% RE at a time. Even if you try, you can't go. So start small and and then probably best requirement, you can scale up, you can go for rooftop probably initially, and then maybe you can get into a captive agreement with a partial equity and all. That is one. Second will be because you might not be having a team. Even we do provide services to company which are having dedicated team and all. Okay. So but our suggestion will be to them to partner with experts, because electricity is a very vast subject, especially in India. There are multiple state, multiple regulation. Even in the state, there are multiple regulation applicable for solar, applicable for wind, for hybrid and all. So it's a very complex thing. So yeah, so it's always better to go and partner with expert, and then probably uh, then that is the main suggestion we have. Also will be because when you go for open access or when you go for own capex and all, just don't think about only the initial cost. Initially, maybe you are infusing some amount and all, you are spending some money and all, but think beyond that. Ultimately, if it is a capex, it is going to give you return. Give your money back in terms of savings in maybe 4 or 5 years. If it is a captive, probably 1 year only. So just
Yes.
think beyond the initial cost and open this, barriers to, switching to renewable and all. Yeah.
Yes, so that was a very valuable advice. In fact, to start small and then keep on allocating resources for it and then scale it up. So that is a very good way of approaching it. And also, it's very complex to go on one's own. So it's better to have an expert by your side who can guide you in the process. So these were really good inputs. So now, talking about the next question. So what are the challenges that commercial and industrial consumers face when transitioning to renewable energy, and how does your advisory service help overcome them? So, what are the challenges basically?
So, primarily challenges will be like one is regulatory challenge because, as I said, there are multiple state, multiple regulations, and that too regulation keep on changing. There will be some amendment, on year basis.
Okay.
So the challenge, regulatory challenge is a primary challenge that you have to address. If you don't address it correctly, instead of gaining something, you will end up losing it. Second will be the initial cost, which is high. Even if you have to infuse 26% in the equity of a company, the amount is quite a large amount. So that will be second. Third will be the technical complexity. The consumer, they are not the expert, right? They are expert in their own field. They are manufacturing something, they are expert of that. So what happens? For any consumer, there are multiple ways. There are multiple combination of solar, wind, hybrid, multiple sources for them to buy the power. So so that they have to understand very clearly that what should be my optimum mix of solar, wind, and all. So that is one. Fourth will be the issues. What we have seen as of now is almost 80% of projects of CNI I'm talking about are delayed by 4 5 months to 2 years. So
Okay.
what happens when you don't have a good control or you are not aware about what all you have to check before getting into the contract and all, it is going to have a very adverse impact on the ROI. So these are practically challenges that our consumer or the consumer as in the industry faces. So far as what we do and how do we help them. So first is we don't offer a standard package. We are completely flexible and we offer customized solutions to our company, our clients. Whatever they need, we decide and define the project according to their requirements. So the customized solution is the primary, focus.
It's
Then will be the end. Yeah. Then it will be end-to-end support. So starting from understanding what our customer needs to the development till the implementation, even post-implementation of the project, we do help our clients. Third will be because we are the expert in this field. We have been working for quite long time. We know the market, we know the regulations across country and all. So we provide them regulatory support and all. So that is the main way. How we
the
help our
challenge and
clients.
how you help them overcome. That's really
Yes,
wonderful.
yes.
So now coming to the young entrepreneurs. So like what is your advice to young entrepreneurs in the area of renewable energy? Should they go green from day one of their business? So if a new enterprise is being established, should they think of working on renewable energy from day one, or they should actually work on phases?
So first is the advices part. So as I said earlier, also we always advise them to start small and think big, expand with the time. Okay.
Okay.
Second will be because we are the generation who are it is the sustainability is completely on our shoulder now. We
Yes.
are the one who has to who has to guarantee that the future for the coming generation will be bright. So
Yes.
obviously we have to they have to go green. There is no second thought about going not going green. Okay, because it is having its own benefits. It is helping them in building a sustainable brand. It is helping them in reducing their cost. Also, if you notice, there were policies which were very favorable some 5 6 years back, where there was annual banking, there was a waiver from lot of open access charges and all. Now, if you see the flexibilities are reducing, the incentives are reducing. So how it is going to help is if the if the if they are going green from now itself, at least they have a visibility for first 10 years or 15 years, depending on state policies and all. So they can future proof their renewable challenges. They can future proof the cost of the electricity and all. So these are our advices, and with respect, with respect to go green,
Yeah,
initiative and all.
yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
great. So, when we talk of GreenGo, what is the future vision of GreenGo, and where do you see India in terms of renewable energy 10 years from now?
Yeah. So, so far as future of GreenGo is concerned, we have a clear vision. We want to, so our core job will always be, uh, a company which will help the consumers to switch to renewable, will be helping them in their energy transition journey. So we want to become a respectable consulting firm. Second will be, we want to become a full-fledged IPP. We already have started that, but by the end of next 10 years, we want to have our own portfolio of 500 megawatt. And we are also looking forward for international collaboration as well. So far as the future of India, the renewable sector after 10 years or in the coming decades are concerned, there is already RE targets preset by the government. We are targeting 500 gigawatt by 2030, and we are on track to it. And if you see the investment also, we are on the path of what China had done in the past or now also doing. There is anticipated investment of around $250 billion each year, which is coming up. So we are anticipating it is not only going to ensure the energy independence for the country, it is also going to generate employment for the citizens of the
Yes.
country. So we are anticipating approx 1.5 million new employment, which is going to be generated in coming 4-5 years because of this all. The fund and all is coming to India, being infused in the Indian economy. Also, India is on path to becoming net exporter of the power. There is, a lot of wind and all, solar is all anyway being installed in the country, and the utilities are very aggressive. The IPPs are very aggressive in infusing and investing. The investors are very aggressive, and the best part is the CNI consumers are also very aggressive now to switch to renewable. Yeah. Also, there are a lot of other emerging technologies like battery energy storage, pumped hydro, green hydrogen. These
Yeah.
all, building and making its own spaces in the full system. So, yeah, the future for the country with respect to renewable energy is very bright, and there is we can see there is a motto from all sort of stakeholders to go green. Yeah. So
So the
yeah,
future is actually to go green. So it was
yeah.
really a wonderful talk, sir. In fact, we got a lot of inputs, and we really thank you for being at the Exneco platform. And I'm sure the viewers will benefit from the inputs that you have given on ESG and the sustainability aspects as well as renewable energy. Most importantly, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Srishta. Thanks for the opportunity.